Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading. I'm very excited, okay? I am wearing a Christmas present that I got by some really good, long time, I would even say lifelong family friends. And this color is making my eyes look blue, which they are not, they are green, but I'm enjoying the chameleon effect of this color on my eyes. Just adjusting the camera a little bit. We're gonna get started. Why blue? Because you guys are an air sign, and so am I. My sun sign is Gemini. You are air sign Aquarius if you say I am Aquarius. If you do say that, and if you are sun sign Aquarius, you are in the right place, my friend. If you know your astrological chart a little bit better, you're a little more advanced when it comes to the esoteric sciences such as astrology, then you will know that you may have some placements in the sign of Aquarius, and in which case, if you're watching for one of your placements, then welcome, you are in the right place, my friend. Okay, we're gonna get started here momentarily. I'm just gonna mention a couple of things that I say to just highlight, as I start with these types of readings. It's very important for me to make this clear. I am a professional psychic. I have been doing this work professionally with other people for nearly 5 years. I've been devoting a lot of my time and focus and efforts to this realm for nearly a decade. And since the very beginning, I've been saying, and I will continue to say the following: I do not practice nor believe in fortune telling. I think the concept, the idea that someone can just read your future for you is insulting to the higher ideas, which are the concept of our free will, and also the consideration that we're here to evolve. We have this life to grow, to evolve, to develop. And, there's really no limit, in my opinion, to how far you can go and how much you can achieve and how much you can become, in this lifetime. So for me, the thought, the concept that someone can just, poof and read you and tell you your entire future, to me, that's dangerous. I don't support that. I don't believe that. I certainly don't practice it, and I don't recommend that you seek this out, because this type of work can be hurtful. Okay, to the student, to the practitioner, to everyone involved. I believe that tools such as tarot, divination tools, channeling, these are all great tools that are accessible for us in order to tap into the wisdom that is beyond what is right in front of us, obvious to us in the present moment. We can use the present moment to access great depth of wisdom. We can access information that will allow us to be informed and be more aware, and to be more conscious when it comes to making decisions regarding our future, as well as to support us in getting a fresh perspective on the events of the past that in turn can help us heal the things that we may still be carrying from the past. So I believe in this work with my entire heart. I'm very devoted to it. It's not the easiest path to call yourself a professional psychic and lead with that when you introduce yourself to other people. And my business is mostly online, although I do love to share my practice face to face with people I meet in person as well. But this is a craft that I choose to devote myself to. And you guys, it's an honor and a privilege to share these readings with you. Now, if you are interested in one-on-one work with me, there's an opportunity to work with me in 2024. I'm going to talk a little bit about that towards the end, okay? It is a limited time, and it's a commitment to an entire year, okay? But it's quite fabulous. It's a perfect gift for yourself if you know that you've been looking for the way to work with me that is perfect for you and that feels right for you. And a couple other things, if you are watching this on Facebook, then this is where I stream these types of things typically. This is where I can often read the comments and engage with you guys. I'm seeing, for example, my friend Stacia's here. Hi Stacia, it's good to see you. Excited for my Aquarian moon. So perfect, using this reading for placement. Amazing. If you're not watching me on Facebook and you're watching me somewhere else, I will leave the link somewhere in the description of the video so you can follow my profile, so you can friend request me if you are interested in this kind of live audience participation. So with all of this being said, Aquarius, we're going to get started. As I mentioned, blue for the sign of air. You are an air sign, and I'm very excited to read for you. We're going to start with tarot cards. We're going to proceed to some oracle cards. And the tarot cards I use are, for those of you who are familiar with tarot, the Rider-Waite, which is a traditional or rather classical tarot deck, which it is considered to be so in the modern esoteric, I guess, practice. But these are the images that you will often see when you Google a tarot card. And so we're using the classic. I will be pulling, let's see how many cards want to come out. I'm feeling a number four cards for 2024 for Aquarius. Now, you guys, as I'm shuffling here, it's important to keep in mind that if you do hear a message that resonates with you, that you want to, take to heart, that feels right for you, that feels like it's really for you, all of my readings, they come with some notes, some tips, some advice. So if something resonates, but you don't do the work that is recommended, or you don't take the time to look at these areas and really consider your next move, you can't really expect the results to just drop in. I believe that it's in our own hands to craft the change that we desire to see in our lives and to respond to some opportunities that become available to us. We have to make that decision. No one can take that from you. And so when it comes to my readings, if something does resonate, you have a choice whether to take it and incorporate and integrate the messages, or you can just leave it, okay? Take what resonates, leave the rest. Let's get started. Aquarius, let's see the 4 cards for Aquarius in 2024. Tarot, we have Justice, Major Arcana card, Major Life Lesson, upright in the correct position here. Pretty loaded card there, you guys. We're gonna dissect it in a moment. The second card we have is the King of Swords. Basically, that's the same card, you guys, twice. Not really. But in tarot, as you can see, the posture is very similar. The hand that holds the sword, okay, is the same hand. The positioning on the throne is very similar. Yeah, so, this is the higher version of this card. This is more kind of mundane. But again, the swords, this is the element of air. This is the element that Aquarius is at home with swords, because this is your element. So you're getting your element of a card, and then you're getting the higher version of it from the Major Arcana, more elevated meaning of that, basically same stance. So already fascinating, okay? Very powerful year ahead, I can tell you that. We have 8 of Wands. It's upright as well. This is a very fortunate card. In fact, there are not even any characters there. No hands, no characters, no little people. No people on this tarot card. Very rare, okay? Just the Wands. This card means great fortune. It means, like completely straightforward message, lucky is what it means. Fortuitous, bodes well. Like I'm remembering like textbook description of this tarot card, which I haven't used a book to read tarot for probably about 6 years at this point, so maybe even more. But you guys, this card, it's, you know, first of all, it's pretty rare. Second, it means kind of one thing, and it means that things are working out well for you. Like luck is on your side, fortune is on your side. There's like a favorable wind moving your expedition along. Things are lining up for you. It's, you know, it's raining opportunities for you, Aquarius. Okay? Like I said, very powerful reading so far. Let's get the final fourth card, Tarot. Oh, wow. And we have the Five of Swords. Once again, your element, the air. 5 reversed. This is a very challenging card. It has some negative connotations to it, but when we see it in reverse with Tarot, it means walking away from a pattern in your life that may have become toxic for you. Okay, so let's take a closer look. So I'm not even going to read these two separately. I'm going to read them in pair. We have the Justice Major Arcana card, which again, Major Arcana, you know, you guys, just to give you an idea, there are 78 cards in Tarot in total. And there is 22 of them that are Major Arcana, this is one of them, okay? It is number 11. At the top, you're getting a mirrored reflection because I'm doing a live stream. So, but these cards, they represent major archetypes and major lessons. It's a path of initiation. It's, you know, going through this Major Arcana journey in Tarot, you learn this kind of progression of know thyself, the name of my brand, an ancient saying that kind of points to this journey of self-knowledge, which is a journey. There is no final destination. Know thyself is a direction. It's not where you arrive. However, part of this direction is this progression of tarot cards that is called the Major Arcana. It is this initiatory sequence that shows you chapter by chapter what you need to know in order to progress as a student of understanding yourself, understanding life, understanding your powers as a conscious creator, and understanding the lessons that you are here to learn while in this human body that you get to have for a time. Okay, so Major Arcana is major stuff. When we see the Justice card, number 11, Justice, you know, this card, it represents how do I put this? It's the law of cause and effect, really, is what it is. Some people say it's karma. Karma is a very vast concept that involves multiple lifetimes. And so in order to really understand that concept, we would need to have a much bigger conversation. So we're not really talking about karma per se. We're talking about the law of cause and effect, the pendulum that always swings back. This is the laws, the principles that operate this world, not just on our human level, but on the level of the universe. Like, this is how things work. Just like there is gravity, just like there is force, just like there are natural laws that we are bound by on Earth, but physically speaking. You know, just as I am not going to float off right now. I can get up, but I'm not going to just lift up and fly off somewhere from my chair. Just like that makes sense to all of us. So does this concept of justice. Not the court system, although that's part of it. And not the human judgment over another human, although that's also part of it. And not the legalities of established law by humans, okay? Again, although they're part of it. But the law of cause and effect, what it foretells is that to every action, there is a reaction. To every cause, there is an effect. There is no accidents. Nothing is accidental. Nothing just happens randomly. And there's an example that is taught by the masters, which we discover on the path of this kind of initiation that I've been talking about for the past couple moments. is even when we say, well, I can throw dice, and that's accidental. I can throw up a coin and, heads or tails, that's accidental. Not really. And again, that makes logical sense, because what is involved in it is everything from the way the dice has been positioned to where it was laying, to the temperature, to everything in the room, to the way that your fingers picked it up, to just the exact particular way you threw it up in the air, and to the way the mechanics of how it landed. Nothing is accidental. But so I guess when we're looking for this kind of meaning, like, why do things really happen? We're looking for like the reason, okay? But everything has a reason. Everything has a cause. And so when it comes to this kind of reason for why do things happen the way they do in my life, we have to look at, there is a bigger picture. And there is an aspect of you that sees that bigger picture. It's not necessarily the aspect of you that's sitting here, there, wherever you are, watching and listening to this right now. It's not the way that you relate to yourself as who you are, this human that you are, this person that you are. This aspect of yourself, it's a little bit removed. It's looking from a higher perspective. And so, without getting too philosophical, some people call it your higher self. But that can also kind of imply this spirituality there. That's not what really I'm using this example for. But you're more yourself that is a step above. Let's call it that. Your awareness that goes beyond your human, your reasoning, what you're seeing in the room where you are, the way that your body feels, all of that. Your consciousness that is above, okay, a step above, that can see you being human and can also see a lot of other things being around you and happening at the same time as you breathing here and now. This consciousness, it's not really a metaphysical, soul awakening concept. It's actually pretty reasonable. It's your higher intellect, in the sense that this kind of intellect also beholds you. It's not you thinking as who you are. It is something that considers you along with other things. And you guys, Aquarius, I know this is a lot to consider here, but I'm getting at something very specific that is very unique to you. And in combination with these cards, it makes perfect sense. Something that's very unique to you is that you access that consciousness very often, the one that is a step above. I've seen you guys do this. I've had many Aquarius friends, very close friends, maybe not seeing each other every day type of friends, but friends that once we reconnect, we go really deep and far together, and we talk about a lot of things. So Aquarius, I've seen you guys do this, male, female, it doesn't matter the gender, it doesn't matter the type of person that you are, but if you have that strong Aquarius energy, you see events as if you were looking at a chessboard. This is the best way I can describe this consciousness that I'm talking about. It's like you may be having a feeling, right? You may be feeling a certain way about, let's say, the economy. You're like, okay, the job market's doing this and the inflation's doing that, and I'm having a little trouble at work. And then from that consciousness, Aquarius, you go in the blink of an eye to, okay, but on the global level, this is happening there, and this is affecting this, and this is why it's here. And so you go from, I'm having a little bit of trouble at work, to thinking of the events that are part of that personal situation on a global scale. And you connect all these things very quickly. And there's nothing really esoteric about it. For you, it's actually a very logical process. But this is the way your mind operates, okay? This is the way your mind is able to comprehend things. Not just on the personal level, like, oh, I think, I'm a little annoyed because I had to spend, $7 on a cart of eggs, right? Or whatever. you go from that to, okay, but on a global level, this is happening and this is changing and this is how the prices like, you just have this conscious, and it's effortless. So you go from a very personal point of view to a global point of view that takes into consideration so many factors that are not personal to you whatsoever. But you're able to think in this kind of global vision terms. And you guys, this is something very important to do with the messages that we got, because on the higher level you got the Justice, on a mundane level, more life related level, you got the King of Swords. They are basically the same card. There's a little bit of a gender variation there, but they're these characters, you know, the both this king and this Justice Queen, they have a little bit of an androgynous quality to them, and for esoteric purposes that makes sense, because they're not really representing a gender or a feminine or masculine energy. They're both representing this authority over mind, of mind over matter, rather. So when it comes to making fair judgment, making decisions that involve other people, you guys really are incredibly valuable, because you can actually rationally think outside of yourself, and you can make a decision that however you feel, you're able to take yourself out of it, and you're able to think in terms of what benefits the majority, what is the greatest benefit for all, you know, what is the least damage. That's important. Everyone's looking for, you know, what's the biggest payoff, right? What's the biggest prize? What do I do to get the biggest prize? You guys also think about, like, how do I do this to get the most advantage, but also to get the least, you know, bounce back. No, that's not the right word. To get the least kind of the least possibility for damage. I don't have the right words for it. There's far better words for what I'm trying to say, but I think you will get what I'm saying. You know, you're not only considering what's there to win, you're also considering how to minimize the possibility that things will be disastrous, okay? And a lot of people are blind to that. They're driven by bigger egos. They're driven by this. Well, honestly, a lot of them cannot separate themselves. It's not a fault of their own. It's just the way that they are. But you guys can. So this is what makes you really incredible. And I've known Aquarius friends who have been in very high positions of authority, like incredibly high positions of authority, managing a lot of other people, or being responsible for overseeing other people's work, or other people's basically making decisions on behalf of the collective. Let's put it this way, because I'm starting to sound corporate, and a lot of Aquarius I've met have been on the corporate path, but I also have met a lot of you guys that are not. So I don't want to get disconnected from you here. But where I'm going with this and with these cards, they're both upright. They're extremely powerful. They're holding the sword in the same hand. This is your time to really let yourself. You know what's coming up? Accept the promotion. I don't know why these specific words, but because for some of you guys, I feel like for some of you, it's like you have to give yourself the promotion before it's going to come through, before it's actually going to manifest in your life. You have to see yourself on that very high level. It's good for the world. I'm sorry. Wow. Wow. It's good for the world for you guys to be in charge. It's good for the world for you guys to occupy very, very important positions. It is very high pressure, but you tend to deal pretty well with it. Again, you're able to disconnect from it. You know, it gets to you. Yes, you care very much. So yes, but when it comes to taking it on, you do have this capability to take yourself out of it, and you need to practice it a little bit more often if the stress is getting to you, because you can unplug. It's just the same. It works just the same way as you can take yourself out of the vision and see it from the global point of view. Okay, it's the same thing. It's the same processes. You just take yourself out of it, or you take the stress out of yourself rather, because it's like these are two separate things. Here's my mission, here's what I'm doing my best now. Okay, I'm off the clock. I really am. Okay, I'm gonna take myself off the clock, and then you're not in it anymore, and you have that switch. You just need to kind of learn how to work it for yourself and fine tune just how quickly you can switch between the modes, because you can be in the personal mode or you can be in the mode of global scale. And it's the same way with work. You can be, I am a leader and I'm deciding on behalf of everyone, and it's, I need to consider the benefit of all, from an unbiased point of view. That's how you're functioning on that level. But then when it comes time to your private time, it's the same switch. As you tell yourself, okay, it's not me making decisions on the behalf of the collective. Now it's me making decisions on behalf of just myself. So off, and I'm just considering what's good for me now, for now. And then I'm going to turn it on when I'm back at work. So it's time to go. It's time to go places, Aquarius. It's time. You know what? If you are in some kind of whether you're involved in a business, it's a business that's not really doing much, or something that's not really satisfying you anymore. Some of you guys, this is so crazy, but I cannot ignore it. Some of you guys are entrepreneurs currently, and you're seriously starting to think that that's not the greatest way you're going to make impact in the world. Like, I feel this from some of you. You're like, it's interesting. It's certainly something I learn a lot from. I can see it maybe as a passion project, but I feel like I can make the greatest impact if I go and work for an organization that has everything established, and I'm in the right place, making the decisions and doing things only really I can do better than everyone else, and I'm having this global massive impact. Some of you really need to think about that, because you know what, you can try this entrepreneurship thing on the side as a passion thing. You can do it when you retire. You guys, for real, like, you can do it on your vacation. You can honestly, you can have a job where you have massive impact, and you can use the tremendous amounts of money that you make there to fund your entrepreneurship, so that it's like you're overseeing it, but it's being run by someone else. I really don't think that for some of you, it's completely like, that's not me. My business is thriving. I'm in the right place. That's perfect. But for some of you who are relating to this and are like, I feel like I would be better, my talents would better be serving like a global impact. And I don't want to create the impact. I just want to play the role that I'm perfect for. Don't shortchange yourself from that, because again, no one's telling you that you can't be an entrepreneur at the same time or later, or just fund your entrepreneurship on the side, or hire someone to run the entrepreneurship thing for you. Like, you're not limited. You can do whatever the heck you want. You will have the resources for it, but it's about like, what are you committed to? If you are playing the entrepreneurship game and you're feeling like it's just not the best fit, and you're not really you're underutilizing really your expertise and your authority and your leadership, consider a shift, because your entrepreneurial endeavors are only going to be very valuable when it comes to you, possibly seeking something different in the workforce, a position of great authority that can truly use everything that you bring to the table. Okay, for some of you, you have been loyal to a company. They may be a small business, they may be a mid-sized business, they may even be a big corporation. Some of you guys have been very loyal. You've been building your career, rising up the ranks, but all of a sudden, I feel for some of you, it's slowed down. And headed into the new year, you're kind of a little bleak, because you're like, it feels like there's a maybe down the road potential for more, but I don't know if it's really going to be available, and it's been a long time, and they keep kind of saying it's maybe there, one day, but nothing's really going, and I'm putting my time and loyalty into this place, but I don't know. You may have that feeling, like, I'm still loyal, but like, is it really going anywhere? Is there even room to grow past where I currently am with my work? You guys, I have to say, if that's what you're feeling, for the majority of you, what I'm getting is no, there really isn't room to grow. And you kind of know that. This loyalty, even though it's a really great quality and you guys are extremely loyal, but the problem is if they're kind of gaslighting you a little bit about, like, yeah, maybe one day there will be opportunities to grow, but we haven't invented those yet. Like, if you're being kind of promised things that may or may not ever become available, that's not really fair to you either. And your talents, your gifts, your knowledge, your expertise can be much better used in a place that will reward you exponentially more appropriately to what you actually can bring to the table. The problem, Aquarius, is when your skills and your talents and your gifts are underutilized, you get a little depressed. I know this about you guys, and it's not emotional kind of depressed. It's not like, oh, I'm sad. It's like, I just don't feel that, like, what's my purpose? You get kind of lost within like, you don't feel excited about the work that you do. And you are really excellent at what you do, what you commit to, what you master. So when you start kind of running into this feeling where, you like what you do, you like doing how you do, like, you have your own processes, but the joy is gone. And the work that you used to enjoy is kind of making you feel meh, and you get this kind of, like, you're not really excited for the future. You're not feeling ambitious. And that's a tell. You're not feeling like you're working towards something. You're not feeling like there's a destination. You're not excited to achieve anything. Like, when you get into those spheres, you got to realize, like, you're not in the right place anymore. And your loyalty, this is a corporate term, okay? But I learned it well, and it's a really, really, really good concept. I learned it in college. It's called escalating commitment. It's when someone's really committed to something that they're doing, or somewhere that they're working, or the stock that they're buying, and it starts going down, and the situation starts getting worse, and the person only gets like, I'll invest more. And then it's getting even worse. And then there's this feeling like, oh my gosh, but I'm so invested already. Let me invest even more. And so as it's going down and then plummeting, you're investing more and more and more and this is a gambling issue too, but in a more professional sense, the escalating commitment is what happens. It's when you start, no, I'm not leaving. I've put a lot of years in here. I've done this, I've done that. And you realize that it's getting more and more discouraging and less promising, and you're getting more and more kind of like meh. Aquarius, you gotta stop that. You gotta stop that snowball from snowballing, and you need to just stop yourself, get rational, have a conversation with yourself, sit down with yourself, get real, make a list. Okay, what's working, what's not, and you have to be very honest. And if the column of what's not is very long, you got to just right there and then say, okay, you know what? Am I going to continue lying to myself, or am I going to acknowledge what's right in front of me, which is it's not working? Okay. Relationships are a little different with you guys. Relationships are more of an emotional matter, but I'm talking about this almost like a mental overcommitment pattern that you sometimes have when it comes to like, but I'm loyal, but I'm staying. And in reality, it's like, but is it really honoring how good you are? Is it worth your loyalty? Are you committed to something that's going to be loyal to you? Is the company also loyal to you? Are they loyal to your growth? Are they loyal to creating opportunities for your talent? Are they loyal to making a place for you to really, truly, fully utilize everything that you bring to the table? If the answer is no, then you got to get the hell out of there, you guys. I'm not here to talk sweet little lies to you. Like, you got to get real with this. And, this year is about being truthful and fair and just to yourself. So if you know you should be, if you have if you're talking to the CEO and you're like, I could do twice the job that this person is doing and then also have a side hobby, you need to go and be a CEO somewhere. If you see people that are in a position that are doing something and you could do it 10 times better, you need to notice what position it is and go and find one for yourself. You can't be waiting for this to be given to you by people who have seen, people around me have seen me grow. They probably know that, I'm ready for the next. No, they don't. No, they don't. They know they don't think. People don't think like that. So you have to be proactive. You have to demand this justice. You have to demand this truth. You have to pick up the sword. And not to cut someone, obviously, not to be aggressive with it, but you need to pick up the sword and say, hey, listen, I have the authority here. I have, really, you need to tell this to yourself, is I have the choice, where I work, what I work on, what kind of line of work I'm in. If I don't want to be an entrepreneur anymore, if I know I can do so much better and make much more money working for a major company, then what am I doing here? You can always come back to things. You can always restart, whatever. Stop waiting to, to make these transitions. I don't know I'm trying to kind of tap into, what's in the way though? It's not like you get rejected. It's not like you can't take rejection the right way, which is not personal. You can separate. You're like, what's happening? I feel like it's the loyalty. There's this something's going on with this loyalty scenario where it's this escalating commitment. Like I said, there is a little bit of that pattern. That's the only thing in the way. You got to take care of that, Aquarius. You gotta take care of that, because it's not serving you, and it's never going to. When you see things that are going downhill, or it's not working, or it could be doing much better, you know what you do? You pick up the sword, you sit down on that throne, and you say, okay, what am I going to do about it? And then you go and you do it. And it takes less than a day, but it's you not facing it for periods of time that worries me, because it's almost like the longer you delay this facing of the music, the more you become entangled. Don't I owe it to them to stay around? Well, shouldn't I just wait a little longer? You talk yourself into almost making it emotional, but it's not an emotional decision. It's the greatest benefit for all. You got to think about, not even on the personal level, but you being in the right position for you, serving the highest level of the collective that you're capable of, actually benefits more people in a more powerful way. So if someone with your gifts, with your talents, with your expertise, with your level of skill, with your level of autonomy, authority, and responsibility, if you're in a tiny little spot that has no impact, but you could be changing the corporate culture of some major organization that will change the lives of thousands of workers forever, don't you think that you not being in that position is a disservice to the world? That's what you really need to think about, because it's not selfish to be in a place that really honors your gifts. It serves the people who benefit from that. Okay, so I'm gonna leave these two messages alone. I could talk about them all day, but you guys, we gotta move on for the sake of time. We had this card, which is, okay, wherever you go, whatever you choose, whatever position it is, whatever path, when you face the truth and you come to your senses and admit to where things are not good for you anymore, and you decide where they would be good. Like, you look at someone, you're like, I could do this job better than them. Apply for it. You know, like, there should be this position. Create it. Suggest it. Say, you know what? I think there should be this position, and I think I'm the person for it. And here's why. Like, go for it. Okay? It's going to be a yes, Aquarius. I don't know what it is that you're going to go for. I don't know when. I don't know what industry you guys are in. It could be all sorts of things, but whatever it is that you go for, you know what? Maybe it is your business. Maybe you're like, no, I'm an entrepreneur, and actually I'm playing small. You know, so like, actually I need to help. I need to hire people. I need funds. Like, why am I doing this by myself? Like, it's ridiculous. I'm not good at this. I'm not good at that. I'm good at that. I'll focus on that. I have an idea for a brilliant business. I'm going to hire everyone else. How about that? And I'm going to get some funding so that I can not stress about taking it out of my own paychecks, right? Go for it. You know, apply to that grant, ask for that funding, you know, offer those shares, go do the investor round somewhere, you know, hire the people, ask for the loan, just go for it. It's going to be a yes, Aquarius. This message is not two-sided. There is no other way to interpret it. It's not reversed. It's a very rare card. It means one thing and one thing only. It's a yes. You're going to succeed. It's going to work out. You're going to get it. Luck is on your side. Fortune is on your side. There's nothing in the way. Absolutely nothing in the way. Okay? So there's your answer for that in 2024. And then the final card we got was the Five of Swords, which is an air card. Now, it's a good position to get it in because this is a loaded card. It's pretty difficult. But it's reversed. So you are walking away from something. You're walking away from zero-sum game competition. So you're done competing with people, and it's already done. Like, walking into the year, it's not a new something. It's not a new concept that you're gonna discover. You know this. You know, maybe it's a little bit of kind of this youthful energy that you had, that the competition used to fuel you. But you know, I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're realizing like you're so past your competition and a lot of your peers, professionally, intellectually, even when it comes to relationships, honestly, that you just, there's no point in competing anymore. Okay, you don't feel it. You're not interested, and it's no longer motivating you, because really, you can run circles around most people. It's not exciting to compete anymore, because it's like, you know, you're gonna win. So it's like, what's the point? So, you know, I'm getting a little feeling like a little missing my young years feeling. And it's not even, it doesn't matter how old you are. It's almost like missing your kidhood, you know, when you were like a kid running around chasing other kids, competing with other kids, right? Like that energy. You miss being equal with people. You miss being on par with others. You miss having worthy competition to go up against, which again tells me you just need to upgrade your environment. You're not in the right place. It's too small for you. It really is. It's not motivating. There's no one to compete with. That means there's not much reason to grow. You need to get out of there, you guys. Most of you, like, this is what's going on now. You need to upgrade your environment, and you know what? You need to upgrade your friend groups, because this whole competition gossip thing, it's not for you anymore. You're so past it. You're so over it. There's nothing fun in it. But you know what? There will be groups for you, Aquarius, that are higher level people, you know, people on your level. Let's put it this way. That competition will be fun again. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be people that are on par with you, true new peers that are brilliant, that can run circles around you in some areas that you're going to be like, whoa, I'm not the smartest person in the room anymore. Where did you come from? You know, and in these circles, you're going to have to bring your A game again. You're going to have to be like, whoa, You know, they're going to keep me on my toes because, like, I'm not the smartest person in the room. I may be in some areas, but not in every area. And these guys can do something so much better. Like, what? You're going to have to bring your A game, and you need that. You need that to do your best. You need that to be healthy mentally. And what I mean by mentally healthy is not mental health per se, but this is what keeps you young. This is what keeps you excited. This is what keeps you like interested in what's going on. And this is what helps you create new things, come up with ideas, innovate. You're the innovator. How are you going to innovate when everything's boring? Like, what's there to innovate when nothing is probably ever going to change? What's the point of innovating? It's not going to change anyway, right? You need to find a new environment for you, and it's good that you're done with this competing and gossiping with these old circles, and you're just really over it. You know, this is just one less thing holding you back from going to the place where you truly will be valued and where you will grow, you guys. Most of you seriously need to reconsider where you currently are. There are far better places for you, far greater gains, far greater impact that you can create, and more life to it, because you're actually going to be excited, right? So don't stay just to be loyal, you know, in these old gossipy, whatever it is. Just get yourself right. Get into the right place for you. Either create it or come up with it or find it and apply for it. Even if they have a person sitting there, you know you're going to be better. So just go for it, okay? We're going to pull a couple oracle cards to wrap up this reading. Okay, you guys, Aquarius. Let's see some cards for Aquarius. 3 cards, please. We're getting Rising Above. I only see beauty and grace. I feel very much that Rising Above here is, you know, what we've been talking about so far, where it's like I don't need to be frustrated with where I am. I'm ready to find a place where I belong now. I'm not going to spend all my energy trying to change something where I've been told we're not interested in changing. I'm going to find a place that is already interested in changing, and I'm the perfect innovator to bring about that change, okay? That's the shift there. The second card for you guys we have is Proceeding Softly. My inner power grows in moments of quietude. I'm seeing, really kind of getting with yourself, you know, solitude, getting clear, you know, facing things, making some lists, positives, negatives. If the negatives far outweigh the positives, you gotta go. You know, getting some of these talks in, getting some of that alone time. You know, for some of you guys, if you have a full-time career and a family, I think in order to do this, a good thing for you to do at the beginning of the year will be to just go on a little solo trip. You know, you don't even have to go anywhere. Just rent a hotel room for a night, wherever you are, you know, and just tell your family, like, I'm gonna go there, get some work done, get some planning done, and go and just be there by yourself. You need some solitude to get clear on what your next moves will be in 2024. And for some of you guys, you really, you know, it's time for you to upgrade. It's time for you to go to a better place. It's time for you to ask for a better position. It's time for you to make more money. And, you know, if entrepreneurship isn't for you and you're finding it out, don't be ashamed to admit it. If entrepreneurship is for you, but you're playing way too small because you're trying to do everything yourself and you need to get funding and hire people, own that. Okay, if you are in a career position where it's just not stimulating, get a new one, go to a different company. You know, if you've been in a role for a certain amount of time and you're like, yeah, I'm kind of happy with it, but then you look at the CEO and you're like, I could easily do that job, go be a CEO somewhere. Okay, there is no more excuses. No one will do this for you. No one will see it in you and do it for you. Like, that's just not how it works, and you know that. Who am I telling? You guys have, you don't entertain crazy illusions about how people are and how the world is. So you know how it is. So go and assert yourself. But proceeding softly means you evaluate what's right for you. And in order to do that, you need clarity and peace of mind, and you need solitude. You need to not have other people's influences around you. You need to think clearly. So get some alone time and make those decisions, okay? The final card for Aquarius is embracing the future. I step into the future with an open heart. Doors are opening for you. They are just swinging open. You can walk right through. You don't even need the key. It's already open. Like I said, with the we had the 8 of Wands card, pure luck. Like, yes, it's going to be a yes. It's going to work out. There's no need to try hard. You know, you don't need to foresee challenges. Like, it's just a yes. Doors are opening. Embracing the future. I step into the future with an open heart. Go for it. There's literally nothing in the way. You're not even in your own way. You just need to deal with this loyalty concept, because how can you be loyal to a place that cannot honor your growth? How can you possibly choose loyalty when choosing loyalty means you're choosing something that cannot ever truly be loyal to you, because there is no room for you to grow, right? So think about that. I'm going to leave you with that, Aquarius. Pretty intense reading. I know a lot of it seems like it's about your professional realm, but you know what? It's that kind of a year and you're due for an upgrade. I feel like your relationships are fine. I feel like you can manage that quite well. I feel like everything else is fine. You're stable, you're in a good place, but it's just that you have so many opportunities and they are a yes, and the luck is on your side and doors are swinging open. And I would not bear to see the sight of you staying in some teeny tiny little place that has no future for you just because you're loyal. That's insulting for me to even consider that you might choose that. But the choice is yours, so I'm just saying. Okay, you guys, I'm going to talk very briefly here about an opportunity to work with me in 2024. Today's the last day for the price that I'm currently offering, which is $1,999. It's a year-long commitment. We spend every month together, every moon cycle, connecting. I'm conducting readings for you, channeling for you. You're receiving coaching from me. It's a very intimate space. It's a very beautiful way to work with me in a supported and guided sense throughout 2024. This offer also includes a day-long retreat that consists of 3 parts. The first one is divination, tapping into your own intuitive gifts and working through them directly with some tools to receive the guidance for the upcoming year. The second part is a shamanic medicine journey where I guide you through releasing everything that you're no longer willing to carry or to bring into the next year, things that you're ready to let go of, things that are no longer serving you. And then the third part, I am channeling for you, you're receiving. It's a very beautiful way to tap into the wisdom that's available ahead of the new year. And as a result of this day-long retreat, we have a blueprint going into 2024 for you. So as to guide you and to support you in your focus points, your endeavors, and everything that you want to really bring into your life in 2024. Then using this kind of vision that we co-create together, we head into the year of working together, and during every moon cycle you get to basically tap in and, like I said, receive some guidance, receive some coaching, look at the messages coming through. If you have some topics that you want to focus on, we will always prioritize those, and if not, we just tap in and see what becomes available and work with that wisdom. So if you have any questions, let me know. The price is going up to $2,400 tomorrow, January 1st, and I will be promoting this offer throughout January as well. I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining me here. Stacia, Lakeisha, thank you guys so much for being part of this. I'm so happy that the reading is resonating. I hope this reading serves you well in the coming year. I'm sending you all of my love, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Mwah. Bye.